It's the first Friday of the month, so that means it's time for Eye on Terre Haute. This is where we sit down with Terre Haute Mayor Duke Bennett to tell us what's going on in the city. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good to be here, Abby.
Now, you've had over the summer a couple of neighborhood summits. How are those going?
They're going just fine. You know, overall attendance has been down a little bit over the last year anyway. And there's certain neighborhoods we go into that huge turnout.
Right.
It's always, 50 or 60. One we get close to 100. Most of them are running about 20, 25. And what I found is a lot of times they're different people. There's a few of the same ones that will come to get an update, but it's typically people that couldn't make it before.
Right.
They do typically like to come to the one that's about their neighborhood. And so to me, it's kind of a new audience every time in essence. And, it'd be kind of nice if some of the ones would come back on a regular basis to see how it plays out. But I think a lot of them then, things that they see on TV or reading the newspaper, it makes more sense to them because they've got that background. Then other people are kind of like, well, yeah, I'd like to know more about that. So they're going well. I mean, I'll continue to do them. I think it's important to be out there and be available. And, last night we had one and, lots of questions. And, they got that opportunity to talk to the mayor and they just want to, okay, here's my list,
Exactly.
and that's what it's all about.
And also, let's talk about some projects because there are some big projects going on.
We've got Margaret Avenue from 3rd to 7th. We've been talking about it ever since I've been in office, but it's actually, we have a notice to proceed. The contractor has started. There's still a little bit of utility work wrapping up, but the contractor will be getting started any day. It's about a year project, so next July, give or take, depending on the weather, we'll get that 3rd to 7th Street section open. That's 5 new lanes that'll move that traffic between 3rd Street and 7th Street. And I think you'll see some other development down there just to kind of go along with that. So, that's something that's been on the books for a very long time, and we're finally getting that done. Now, Margaret Avenue out on the east end will be opening up here very, very soon. And that is the new section that's built behind Walmart. It has our first roundabout in it. And that will tie in from the north end back down to the south and tie into existing Margaret Avenue to kind of open up all that land back there for development. And then we're going to start a project to upgrade Margaret then from 46 back to the Clabber Girl warehouse. So where that road comes in, we're going to widen the road and build it for truck traffic so we can route all the vehicles through the north and all the truck traffic through the south. So there are two pretty big projects that are going on that are going to help that flow across the south end of town and on the east end.
How long do you foresee for it all to be completed?
Wow, all of Margaret Avenue, you're talking probably 15 to 20 years to get it all done because there's no funding in place. And the design work we're starting this year on 7th to 14th, the next section that we're going to do. So we'll have it designed within the next year and property acquisition. And as soon as we get the funding in place, we'll build it. So it could be as early as next fall, a year from this fall, that we could get started on construction depending on the finances.
Very good. And turning now a little bit to a different topic, it's been a couple weeks since we had the Celebration of Life ceremony for fallen Terre Haute police officer Brent Long. I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on what you thought about the community's outpouring of just really pure love and support, not only for the family, but also for the Terre Haute Police Department and law enforcement in our community in general.
That was a tough week there that we dealt with. And the first couple of days, everybody was just really in shock and just trying to figure out, what happened and how do we then move forward from that point and do a proper, fitting ceremony, an end-of-life ceremony to send him off in the right way. And I tell you, the FOP team that came in was really good about helping us think about all the things we need to do. But what really got to me was just how people stepped up and just the businesses that said, I'll donate this, I'll donate that. I mean, it was unbelievable, and I know we've talked about it. The conversations have been going on ever since. But I can't. It was really overwhelming to me as the mayor of the city to see how people wanted to come out and show their support and do anything and everything, and they did. And they just exceeded all expectations I think that anybody could have, and just showed the true heart of our city.
And I agree with you exactly, and I think it showed that the communities still do care about their law enforcement and realize what they sacrifice for us every day.
And sometimes, the police get a bad rap because people, deal with it. It's usually something negative. Obviously, it's something that is you've either been the victim of crime or you're a criminal element. And so, you know, the policemen are out there every day making sure it's safe for us to do what we do. Yeah, there's no perfect places. They do as best they can, but if they were not there, it'd be chaos. And every day they go out into those situations where they put their life on the line. And, you know, it doesn't happen a lot, but this is a perfect example that just at the drop of a hat, something tragic can occur. And so everybody has to stand guard for that and support our officers to be there to have their back, because they have ours.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Mayor. I appreciate it. Thank you. If you'd like to see this segment again, or you have a segment idea of your own, you can go to our website at WTHI-TV.com and click on the community page.